Good morning, everybody. This is Laura Burke with ELB Consulting, and today we're going to make a juice. One of the things, this is like what I think our 5th week of how to promote our immune system being at home through this quarantine time, and we've talked about water, we've talked about vitamins and mineral supplementation, we talked about adding green foods, whether it's eating it or making a smoothie last week. And this week we're going to go a little bit deeper. This one's a little bit more complicated, but I'm going to try to simplify it as much as possible. Today we're going to make a juice, a green juice. I absolutely love juicing because it's a liquid vitamin. It has a lot of nutrients. You juice a lot of foods to get the vitamins and the minerals in it, and it goes into your cell very quickly. Because the juicing takes all the fiber out, I'm going to show that to you in a minute, because it takes all that fiber out, you're able to absorb, and the juice gets to that cellular very quickly. Especially if you have any type of inflammation or a weaker immune system, or you have stomach issues. By drinking green juice or any type of juice, you just clean out that cell very easily. So it's like I call it liquid gold. So today we're going to make a beet juice. So I've got 2 beets. I usually buy beets with the stem on it, with the green leaf, but unfortunately they were out the last time I went to the store. So here are my second option would be just the beets. My third option is a prepackaged beet. I love the beet on the stem because it contains more minerals. And one of the weeks we talked about how important minerals are for the body to alkaline the body, get rid of that acidity level. So I got my beets here. The reason why I'm choosing to make a beet juice is because it cleanses the liver. It helps get rid of doesn't get rid of, but it helps with the fatty liver. It helps with high cholesterol. If you know you have a gunked up liver, and you can tell in your blood test, but if you have a gunked up liver that may not be functioning all that well, beets are wonderful. They just clean it out. So if you can do beet juice, it's very healthy for you. And I still have my Vitamixer for the blender. I'm going to show you, it's a little harder to do it in a Vitamixer, but it still can be done. So the first and foremost, I'm going to cut up my beets. And I mean, just look at all this red stuff. Oh my goodness, it's just powerful nutrients. A lot of minerals in there. Beets are wonderful. You can eat them raw. You could roast them. You could bake them. You could do so much with beets. Now, in my juicer, I don't need to cut up really small pieces. There are a lot of different juicing machines out there. I love the Omega juices machines. They are a little bit slower. They retain more nutrients. The Braveville's good too. They tend to juice faster, a little bit of an easier cleanup, but it does produce a higher heat, which decreases your nutrients in your fruits and vegetables. So I've got beets. I also have lemons. Lemons are a great antioxidant. We use them to clean. We love them to smell in cleaning products. It cleans our body too. Gets rid of toxins and get rid of all that stuff. So I have a lemon. I've got beets. I've got my secret water ingredient, which helps hydrate the body much faster than regular water. Cucumber. If you do not have a cucumber to juice, then you could just add water, but I like to hydrate the body as fast as possible, especially if you're an athlete, and cucumbers are an easy, great way to do it. So I got cucumbers to help hydrate body. Celery, everybody has heard celery. Celery is really hot right now. It's a great detoxifier. It helps hydrate the body, helps get rid of toxins. It's wonderful just to eat, but I love to juice it as well. Then I got ginger, anti-inflammatory. I always add ginger to my juices. I like the taste of it, but also just anti-inflammatory. It's wonderful. Okay, I can keep going on, but I'm going to try to make this short, sweet, and quick. I see a lot of you on. I am on Instagram Live for the first time today, so hello, my friends over there. And I'm usually on Facebook, so hello, everybody. I love all the comments. I can't read them, even with glasses. Isn't that kind of sad? But I can move over there and start talking. But thank you, everybody. Keep commenting away. I'll get back to some of your questions. Let me know what you're thinking. Also, spinach. I finally got to the grocery store to get some spinach, and I'm super excited because I've missed spinach. I've been using my green powder, but I love spinach and kale. So I always juice with spinach And oh, there's so much minerals and alkaline. It's just wonderful. I love spinach. And then my last one that I add to a juice, I always do fruit. But we gotta be careful when we're juicing. You don't wanna add too much fruit because of that sugar. It is natural sugar, but it still absorbs very quickly into the blood cell. So if you juice oranges or if you juice pineapple, it can immediately affect those blood sugars, give you a headache, kind of let you pass out. Just kidding. But you gotta remember with the juicing, you're taking the fiber out. Fiber stabilizes blood sugars. Fiber makes you feel fuller. So when you juice, you take all that pulp, that fiber out. So you don't want to add a lot of natural sugar because it will kind of give you that headache or that little spike sugar rush, and it will not sustain you. If you're super hungry, I would stick with a protein powder because that protein stabilizes blood sugars. You'll also still have that fiber in the smoothie. When it comes to juicing, you take it all out. Think of liquid nutrients to that body. So sugar, if you juice it, it will become liquefied and you'll absorb it even quicker. So not a good idea, especially if you have sugar, insulin, type 1 or type 2 diabetes, or your resistance to insulin, or just sugar sensitive. So a little bit goes a long way. I tend to always choose pineapple versus an orange or an apple. I do juice apples, but today I chose pineapple. One of the reasons why is I love beets and pineapples together, but pineapple has bromelain in there. And I think one of the weeks when we were talking about sugar, maybe it wasn't, I don't remember, but pineapple has bromelain in it, which helps cleanses the tongue, especially after like type of dinner. If you know you have a sugar tooth and you just ate dinner, if you have pineapple with your dinner, it just kind of cleanses the tongue and just releases that sugar craving. Your body knows you're eating sugar. It's a natural sugar. So I always add pineapple because it cleanses everything, and there's so much more nutrients in pineapple than in apple. Okay, let's get started. The first and foremost, here's my juicing machine. The first and foremost thing I do is I grab a handful of spinach, and this one's not as loud as my Vitamixer, so that's good. And I just put the spinach in the juicer. A lot of fun. Now, spinach is hard to juice, so I take my celery stick and I push it down. And then you'll hopefully start seeing the juice soon. So I'm going to go quick. I'm going to add more spinach because I add a lot of spinach because I love spinach. This is all that iron, all the minerals in there. Liquid vitamin, here it comes. I usually do a juice first thing in the morning or a little bit later in the day because I do like my smoothie at around 10 for those blood sugar stabilization. See, now here comes all the fiber. You see that coming out? That's what takes our body a little bit longer to digest, which is good in some situations. But if you're looking for a fast nutrient liquid, here you go. Look at this. Oh, I love this. It's gorgeous. I love green. Can you tell? So I'm going to add more spinach. I'm making 2 juices. Sometimes I make it in large batches. I usually don't, though, because I'm usually not that prepared. But I do juices probably every other morning. So this is going to make 2 juices. So I have 4 celery sticks. I have a 1 inch of ginger going in. And then you can see when the fiber or when this pulp gets a little thick here, I always add a cucumber. Oh, I forgot carrots. I always add carrots too, but oh well. We could do carrots another day. I love carrots. I don't do baby carrots though. I buy the big carrots and then peel them. But we'll do that another day. So I got a lemon. That's a little bit watery. That's going to get this pulp moving. If you do this in the Vitamixer, you can do it. The problem with the Vitamixer is it keeps this pulp in it, and we want to get rid of the pulp. So one of the easiest ways to decrease the pulp in a Vitamixer is to add water, but then you're going to strain out that pulp. It's a little harder to do. You can do it though, and I can show you that video next time for those that don't have a juicer, because some of you may not have a juicer. But so as you can see, I got 2 whole beets, a cucumber, 4 celery stalks, 2 handfuls of spinach, some ginger, a lemon, a lot of fruits and vegetables that you may not normally eat in one day. And a juicer just makes it so easy and simple. I love your comments. Thanks everybody. Keep commenting away. I'm so excited. I'm actually really excited about my beet juice because I have been wanting one for a while. It's the problem with this quarantine. We're not going to the grocery store as much as we'd like, right? So I have to wait for my beet juice. But like I said, this helps with any type of gut issues. If you have any bloating or cramping or stomach issues, the beet juice is powerful. I love beets. I don't necessarily like to eat them as much as I do juicing them. All right, so as you can see, we're still moving here. That was everything, but I didn't put my pineapple in. I always put the pineapple in last. So I'm just gonna cut it off the top. That's it, that's all the pineapple I'm gonna use, just a little bit. Pineapple goes a long way, and it's just a little bit of some sweetener. And then we're gonna, I always do something crazy in the kitchen. Last week I spilled my smoothie, and this week I'm throwing my juice machine away. Here, hold on. Okay. So for now we're gonna push the pineapple down. And that is our juice. So the pulp is still coming out. We've got the fiber out of the juice. And as soon as we drink this, our cells are gonna be super happy and we're gonna feel good, super energized. I always recommend, if you can juice a couple times a week. Celery juice seems to be super popular lately. If you do straight celery, you do not need to do this amount. That's pretty nutrient dense, so usually just a little bit of celery juice goes a long way. Celery juice, if you want to experiment, you could put celery in a Vitamixer with some water and then strain out the pulp, and then you've got your celery juice. That's extremely healthy, something easy you can add today. A little bit of celery and water. You can buy juices at Costco, Whole Foods Market. Jewel even has some juices over the counter. The problem with that is they add a lot of sugar. So you want to make sure that there isn't a lot of sugar in those types of juices. They like to add a lot of apples, a lot of juicing stuff, apple juice and stuff, and it's just a lot of sugar. I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, so next step is I just have my Vitamixer container with a strainer, and I put the strainer on top. You will do this regardless if you made the juice in the juice machine or in your blender. And then I'm gonna take the juice and I'm gonna pour it. The only reason why I strain my juice, you'll definitely have to do this for the blender, but the only reason why I do it with my juice is because I like it a little bit thinner. I don't want pulp in it. So here's all that fiber. You can save this and make muffins out of it. You can compost with it. You can do a lot with this. But once again, this is the fiber, which is good. You got soluble and insoluble fiber, which helps stabilize blood sugars and make you feel fuller longer. But in this case, if you get rid of your fiber, you're gonna absorb and digest the nutrients faster without fiber. So I'm gonna take my glass, hopefully I'm not gonna spill like I did last time, and then I'm gonna pour this beautiful beet juice. And this will last, this amount of juice will last about 3 days in the refrigerator, but just keep in mind that it is best to try to drink the juice not as fast as possible, but soon as possible, because as the nutrients sit, they break down. As soon as air and oxygen get to the nutrients, it starts breaking down. So it is best to try to consume it as soon as possible. But if you're doing celery or any type of greens, the juice usually only lasts about 24, maybe 48, but that's stretching it. But beet juice can last about 3 days, 3 days, 72 hours with a mega. Braveville juice machines are more about that 48 hours because they do break it down food in a different way, and it's a higher heat, so it breaks down your nutrients. This one doesn't as much. But like I said, you can do the same thing in a blender. It's a little bit more challenging. I'll do that video next where you add vegetables, add some water, and then strain out the fiber. For those that are sitting there saying, why do I have to do that fiber? You don't have to strain out your fiber. It's just if you know you're feeling a little under the weather, or you know you just want a huge amount of vitamins very quickly to your body, then a juice is a great way to do it. Get rid of the fiber. Your body will absorb it so much faster without the fiber. And you can save the fiber for something else. All right, so we've got a lovely beet pineapple juice. This is about 2 drinks. I would usually drink a little bit more than this. So this is about 2 drinks, one for today and one for tomorrow. And that's